Hey everyone, Alex here with Nerds at Odds, and today we are going to rank the Destiny DLC. Now before I get on into this video, I want to remind you, if you want to become part of our community and get our content early, ad-free, with the ability to submit your questions, comments, and concerns, access to our Discord, shoutouts at the end of every podcast, and so much more, you can head on over to patreon.com/nerdsatodds. And now let's hop on into it. We are going to be ranking all of the major DLC releases, including like the short ones like House of Wolves and Curse of Osiris and stuff like that, for Destiny 1 and Destiny 2. So there's 9 of them individually. No seasons are going to be included and stuff like that. So let's hop on into it. So at number 9, from worst to best, number 9, the worst, I think, is Curse of Osiris. There's very little content here. Mercury is a very poor location. There's only one public event to be done there. I didn't like grinding out the weapons. It was just, I like Osiris as a character a lot, but it just felt very lackluster, especially since back then there was no seasons to like inject content into Destiny. This was what you got for half a year or a whole year. It was very poor. Next up is The Dark Below, which was the first DLC for Destiny. And I remember the time when Destiny came out, I thought it was going to be a much larger game. I thought it was going to be kind of like Mass Effect. I paid no attention to the pre-release coverage, as is obvious by that. But I got it, played it, beat it in a sitting, the story. I even did the Vault of Glass, which is the only raid I've ever done. I did that. And then I waited for Dark Below to come out. And Dark Below came out, and it was just a raid and a little bit of story content. And I wasn't into raiding real much. I didn't enjoy the Vault of Glass experience. I don't feel like banging my head against a wall for 15 hours or so. So I played it for like another day, and then I was like, wow, this is very shallow as well. And I didn't enjoy the Dark Below at all either. So next up is Warmind. Warmind was kind of interesting. From a small DLC standpoint, there was Icy Hive, which has kind of become a meme now, when they're going to add a new faction in or group in. It's just going to be an old faction with a new skin on it. But Icy Hive, I like Ana Bray, and I like the Mars area you go to. I thought Warmind was pretty solid. It's fine. Next was House of Wolves, which is the one DLC, one of the small DLCs that I played the most, because of the Prison of Elders kind of horde mode type thing they had, which I really wish they put back into the game as like a core content thing, because I played Prison of Elders so much when it came out, and I really enjoyed it, and I wish they put it back into the game. I don't remember story content or anything from House of Wolves. I just remember playing Prison of Elders. But it is my favorite of the 4 small DLCs, if for nothing more than I played that mode more than I played any of the other small DLCs. Next is Rise of Iron, the last expansion for the base Destiny game, and I kind of enjoyed going into the Plaguelands and seeing the Siva, and I enjoyed the new space you went to. I think it's Felwinter Keep, perhaps. I enjoyed that space a lot. And I don't know, I had a lot of fun playing it. There was the moments of triumph you could complete. Like I said, I didn't run any of the raids with any of these, so I can't give you my opinion on that. But I played a lot of Rise of Iron. I remember enjoying it, and it was a fun experience. Next, at number 4, I put Shadowkeep. The moon location was old, but I enjoyed experiencing it again, though it is not as exciting as some of the newer locations they added in other expansions. I enjoyed the story, the pyramid ships coming, and Eris Morn. I thought that was cool. I even liked the nightmare hunts and all of that content they added, though it was, again, a little shallow on the story front once you beat the main campaign, so I felt a little... that's why it's lower on this list for me. Number 3 is Beyond Light. I think Beyond Light added so much to the game. I felt like the single-player story experience for Beyond Light is the best it's ever been. The Stasis Supers are amazing. It's fun to play. Europa's a very interesting map. It has a lot of depth, both literally and figuratively. There's a lot to do on it, and you can go beneath the surface a lot into the Braytech facilities. There's just so much to do, and I enjoy the lost sectors on Europa, and they also added the Cosmodrome back in, though as of right now there's not much to do there, but it added some areas into the game. I wish they added more strikes, Crucible maps, and Gambit maps. maybe some bigger updates to the core gameplay experience of Destiny would have been more appreciated. It might have got it higher on this list. Though I kind of thought Destiny was in a fine place before Beyond Light. It didn't save the game or anything, so I think that's why it's below the next two. And now second on my list is the Taken King, and I think I would have put Beyond Light above Taken King if it isn't for the fact that Taken King saved the first Destiny game. It really injected it with tons of content. You got all those new supers, you got Oryx, you got the Dreadnought. There's a bunch of stuff added, and it really gave that game like the shot in the arm it needed to survive what had become a very poor experience after a lack of content from House of Wolves and The Dark Below. So Taken King really revived the game and saved it, and there was so much to do that I feel like it definitely earns its second spot on this list. Now lastly, at number 1, I think Forsaken is the best DLC that Destiny has because it first saved Destiny 2. I feel like Destiny 2 is on its way out, and Forsaken really gave it a shot in the arm like Taken King did for Destiny 1, really revitalizing the game, which I really hope if they ever do Destiny 3 that it does not continue this cycle of, decent launch, people drop off after doing the content, some small stuff that really doesn't bring everybody back, and then a big DLC that, quote-unquote saves the game. But Forsaken added a lot of stuff. Added the Dreaming City and the Tangled Shore. It added the Spider, which is a cool character. It added the new faction of Forsaken, or whatever they're called. I can't remember what they're called right now. But you know what I'm talking about. And it added, I like the story. I liked hunting down all the, secondary villains that were henchmen of the main villain. I don't know if I liked them killing Kate off. It was, an emotional moment, but it just feels like they couldn't get Nathan Fillion back anymore, so they killed him off. But I really enjoyed Forsaken, and I think that it is the best DLC because it added the most content, and it had a good story, and it really did revitalize Destiny 2 the same way Taken King revitalized Destiny 1. But I feel like Forsaken added more content. So that's my rankings of the Destiny DLC. I hope you enjoyed that. I'll probably be putting out maybe another Destiny video at some point talking about the seasons if I can figure out how I want to rank them. I'll probably start with the season pass seasons, so Black Armory, Menagerie, and the Gambit one, or whatever it was called. So thank you all for listening. Be sure to check out the Nerds at Odds podcast that goes live for free on Fridays. But remember, if you want to get that show 4 days early, head on over to patreon.com/nerdsatodds. I really appreciate all your support, and I'll see you guys on the next video.